Rookie Don Dufek, number 25, registered 3 of Seattle's 7 blocked kicks, including this one, which Steve Rabel converted into an easy score. The kicking game featured rookie punter Rick Engel. Special teams, pro football's riot squad. On a young team such as Seattle, starters Autry Beeman and reserves such as Don Dufek and John Sawyer work side by side toward a common goal.
That's the setup.
Seattle's up there on that line of scrimmage going after it. They're going
after
it. Nobody but Seattle players around. He can get up
and run. He can get up and go with it.
He'll score.
Jesse Green! Green into the end zone for Jesse Green. His first touchdown of the year on a block punt by Chuck Ramsey. And it is 14-9 with the extra point to come. Could be the turning point of the whole ball game.
McCullum, 84, gets his hand on it. Green's going to fall on the ball, and he has nothing but Seattle players around. Quickly gets up and is able to lunge into the end zone for a touchdown. A big, big play when they were stalled offensively.
Seattle's single shining moment on this dismal day came when Will Lewis, number 41, returned a Bronco punt 75 yards. Throughout most of the day, Seattle's dormant offense was thwarted by the awakened Orange Crush.
Efren Herrera on. Jim Zorn is the holder. Art Kuhn is the snapper for Seattle. But Seattle does a variety of things out of their field goal positioning. This will be a 36-yard attempt. This is one of them.
Here we go.
Look out. Sherman Smith. They work on it. We told you they'll do many things. Touchdown, Seattle. It was Sherman Smith with a little shovel pass from Zorn.
But the key was the decoy they sent out in Efren Herrera.
He is marvelous.
You used to do this, Howard, didn't you, in Sandlot Ball?
No, I did it on Easton Parkway the year we beat the St. John's Place kids.
I got you. Well, that was one of the things Jerry says, we're going to do everything tonight. Says, man, we've got fake field goals, fake punts, reverses, bootlegs. Says, we're throwing it out. Pardee is not happy with that.
You know why? I'm sure that special team of San Diego was told to look out for anything and everything, because Seattle is noted for this, and Pardee is upset.
See Sherman Smith, number 47. Efren, of course, is drawing them all away. The little shovel pass went right in front of Lyndon King, the linebacker. Nobody's there.
So easy. So easy. That's great.
Crowd love it. Capacity crowd, over 64,000. We'll be back.
Jay, the Raiders in the third quarter have only scored 20 points, which is the lowest output in the third quarter of any team in the league. They're going to have to change things around here.
Whittington is at the 10, the 15. Fumble the football. And touchdown.
Thomas from Alabama State. You can see the helmet hitting right on the football, pops loose.
Rodell Thomas came from the Miami Dolphins, a free agent. 2 touchdowns in 13 seconds.
You see number 86, the ex-quarterback Mike Tice puts his helmet in there and knocks the ball away. When it rains, it pours. Everything's going the way of the Seahawks.
And I don't have to look in the book. I can tell you that's Rodell Thomas's first touchdown in the NFL.
This afternoon, Paul Johns in his 3rd season out of Tulsa, returning last week from the knee injury. And he's the deep man. This is Johns, 25-yard line. He has speed. He's Paul Johns.
Chuck Knox's group is leading this ball game with mirrors. They have had two very big key third down runs by Zorn to keep drives alive and one for a touchdown. Now here's a punt return. It hasn't been their offense. It's been a whole collection of people that just have refused to give up.
Well, Norm Johnson will try a 51-yard field goal. His longest this year is 48. This would be his longest ever as a pro. His longest is 48 yards prior to this attempt. And it's a fake. Jim Zorn, he's going for it all, and Hughes is open. It's a touchdown. Those helmets hide a lot, but they don't mask the smile.
There's no way you can mask the smiles here. And Zorn, although he has been on the bench today, comes in for one beautiful pass play. Again, uncharacteristic of Chuck Knox coach teams. I begged Chuck to run this kind of play for years. And I'm going to ask him, why didn't you run that when we were in there? But a good call. Rusty Tillman, of course, has that kind of play in for the special teams, and they are elated. He has had his kind of day. They have really mixed the way they played. They played conservatively at times, and then all of a sudden stepped totally out of character as they did on that play.
That was a fantastic defensive back 2 years ago.
That's right. O'Donohue kicks off. Zachary Dixon at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Up the sideline, Dixon may go all the way. Touchdown, Seattle! Zachary Dixon picked up from Baltimore on waivers. 94 yards, Seattle touchdown.
You know, you might expect that from Seattle on a punt return with Paul Johns. Zachary Dixon, he gets some good blocks, sets them up, comes inside, then bounces back to the outside. And he's, boy, look at him striding out for the distance. Oh, that's beautiful. That's one of the great plays in football.
That's the first kickoff return for a touchdown, we're told, for Seattle.
Oh, look out. Snap way over the head of Garcia. Booted. It goes into the end zone. Now, what will the ruling be? Because that ball was actually kicked by a Seattle player.
Well,
inadvertently.
Inadvertently, and I think that may be what the ruling is. It counts. It's going to count as a touchdown to Seattle. But things go wrong, they go wrong. When it rains, it pours, and John McKay, whose team has been in camp longer than any team in the NFL, I think they came into camp on the 7th of July, looked somewhat tired.
Well, no, he just said, well, there's just another thing that can happen to us. Greg Gaines was the man who came up with the ball, number 56 out of Tennessee. Darrell Irvin was the one who was putting the rush on, and he actually kicked it. Chuck Knox was even amused by that one. Really funny.
There's Garcia. Yep, had a tough time getting up there.
Now watch the chain of events here. He tries to kick it, whips it completely, and then it's kicked by a Seattle player. Well, he just got a hunk of it. Well, that's number 70.
And you wonder, what is he doing? He's a kicker. Then you think in the Super Bowl, with the game on the line early in the game, there was a high snap. He went up there, made a one-hand catch of the ball, and got off one excellent kick. So I think these punters should take a page out of Ray Guy's book and go out trying to make those one-hand catches, those high one-hand catches. If it's going to happen to you, Bill, it's good, I guess, that it happens in this game.
Well, the only thing that is unfortunate about it is that John McKay, your old coach, did say, look, last year's behind us. All the bizarre things that could happen have happened. There's nothing, you know, he had a nice positive attitude, right?
Well,
until then.
Until then. Let me tell you, John McKay has a sense of humor. His sense of humor is good with one-liners and talking to the press.
Paul Johns getting ready for the punt. Downfield it comes, and Johns will return it from the 47 of New England. Up the middle, 30, 25, 20, and the Patriots might have thrown up a white flag. They're not playing football, and the Seattle Seahawks are tearing them up. You talked about the special teams not being enthusiastic. They flat quit on that play.
A 39-yard punt, a 47-yard return, and once through that first wave, nobody roots really trying. You're right, Don. You see a lot of people 75 not really putting his hands out there. I don't know what's happened to this New England football team the last week, but there's nothing showing here. Absolutely nothing showing.
Seattle on fire, and they've fanned that fire through the first 2 weeks with big wins, and they're heading possibly toward another one as Paul Johns returns the punt 47 yards, and the Seahawks take command of the game 16-0.
From 49 yards away, his longest this year successful field goal.
I said cherry bar. Boy, he's out of the league a long time.
It is blocked and picked up on the hop. Byron Walker.
Terry Taylor, I think the man who blocked that kick, is still down on the ground. And Tom Flores has got to be shaking his head. Here's the last play. Taylor coming from the far side, diving, and that ball hits him right straight in the face. So it was the ball that did the damage there, but great play on his part and a perfect hop. That ball jumped right up to Byron Walker, number 89. Barr had a chance at him. Wilson, the holder, a chance. Neither one had the speed to shut him down.
Blocked. And the Seahawks will not be shut out. Sam Merriman blocked it, and Sam Merriman also recovered it. So the Seahawks will not be shut out. 1:55 remaining in the game, and we're about to see an onside kick. There is the block by Merriman. He covers it in the end zone. We'll have the conversion attempt, and then I'm quite certain that we will see the onside kick by Seattle. Norm Johnson is on for the conversion. Scansey deep for Seattle. Chris Norman gets it blocked. Right into the arms of the Seattle Seahawks. That's Terry Taylor. It took a perfect Seattle bounce.
Let's make that 2 cases.
Looks like I may be highly disappointed. I'm still not counting them out.
The first-round draft pick of a year ago, the cornerback who became a starter a year ago, takes it in for the touchdown. I'm not sure who got the block. We'll see if we can pick it up for you. Eight times they have blocked either a punt or a field goal. They lead the NFL, and now let's take a look at it again. We still have not really defined who it was that blocked it. There it is, number 51. It was Merriman. We didn't want to credit him too early, but he got in there. And a 15-yard return by Terry Taylor.
Last week he combined for 101 yards. It's blocked. Touchdown, Seattle.
Patrick Hunter, the rookie.
Out of Nevada, Reno, scores the touchdown. And the Seahawks once again becoming the opportunistic ball club that they were a couple of years ago.
There's Patrick Hunter, number 23. And you know, the tone for this was set early. They've had trouble hanging on to the ball. 97, number 97 in there for the block. And then Patrick Hunter scooping it up at about the 5-yard line. And there's Vino Belk.
Vino Belk is number 97. He is a rookie and played his collegiate ball at Michigan State. Welcome home, Vino.
What about Camarillo's thoughts as he lines up the punt, is knowing that he's already been blocked for the first time ever?
Well, he's going to be standing right at the back of the end zone because the ball is on the 10-yard line, and he lines up about 15 yards deep, so he's going to be about halfway back. He is worried about the snap. He's worried about his 2 steps. He's got a lot of things on his mind. He is, though, one of the best punters in the league. And it looks like the Seahawks are really going to come after him. They've got 10 men up on the line of scrimmage.
They blocked it! Seattle trying to fall on it for a touchdown. They did! Paul Moyer falls on the football and got it. They're within a point after attempt of tying it.
Listen to the crowd. They're stunned. They can't believe it. Everybody in this stadium realized that they were going to come after him. They lined up 10 men on the line of scrimmage. They weren't trying to fake anybody out. They just said, hey, we're coming after it. And all the thoughts that went through Camarillo's mind came true because they, in fact, blocked that. And Raymond Berry has just got to be besides himself.
And the second time that it has directly led to a touchdown.
Now look on the left of your screen. Look how quickly they're in there. And there comes a man right up the gut. That was Paul Moyer, I think, that broke it. Now watch this. Now there's 1 step, 2 steps. And look at that, as the 3 steps and as that ball, look at him stretch out. What a play. Just tremendous play by the Seattle Seahawks.
Patrick Hunter blocked it, it appears,
That was
Dave.
Patrick Hunter, yes, 23 I think it was.
And then Moyer came up with the loose football in the end zone.
Look at him just pouring up the gut, block that ball, and then they have the foresight to not let it get out of the end zone.
Yeah, that's the big key right there, being able to come up with it.
It certainly is.
You know, this is the kind of situation where I wouldn't be surprised if the special teams for Seattle try and go after the punter.
Looks like it. Yep, they're coming, man. Full force. And they got it. That's a touchdown. Set up that rush. There's Rusty Tillman, the special teams coach. Kerry Justin is the one who blocked it.
Now watch what's going to happen is they come right up the middle and come off the right side. They cause the Eagles to collapse in the middle. That gives Justin a chance to get in. Now, who do you want to give this touchdown to? You give 3 and a half,
funny,
3 to 1, 3 to the other.
That's funny, isn't it? Well, they blocked a punt previously. They'll probably try it again. As Telchik punts the ball. Ooh, same guy, or Taylor came close that time. Edmonds all the way back to his 25, 30, 35. Looks pretty good, folks. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Touchdown. Sam Merriman with a key block, number 51.
Well, there you see Telchik. He gets it off quickly. His line are so concerned about blocking, and he outkicks his coverage. Now there Edmonds makes the cut back across the field. Oh, does he take a shot?
Here's the extra point try. Watch the tail end of that play.
Now there you see him make the turn. Now Bobby Edmonds does a fine thing. Instead of trying to outrun everybody, he waits for his linemen, his blockers to get in the way, and he goes in the end zone stumbling.
He was already leading the league. There's Tillman again. He loves it.
That's Ralph Hawkins holding on to him, going down the sidelines.
Well,
you might say, how could you possibly get one block and then on the other side have one return? One thing helps the other. It causes the linemen to stay, to hold their blocks a little longer. Then you get a great kick like that to outkick your coverage. He picks his way through the first line, and then they set him up and start to pick him off like flies as he moves down the field.
Pleasant young fellow. We visited with him yesterday. It's a gratifying piece of work, and of course the people in Philadelphia aren't enjoying this scene. Watch how quickly he turns back up.
You're also going to see he makes a cut here. Now watch the hit that McFadden gets right there. Bam!
And Maryland.
They just look for kickers to go after. It's like a quarterback throwing an interception. There they pick him up going down the field.
They replay it here. That's the reason for the crowd noise. They replayed it on the video board.
Now Worthing is into the ball. Hits it deep. Bobby Joe Edmonds, a sprinter from Arkansas, ready to bring it back for Seattle. He's across the 20. Breaks it. He's to the 30. Look out! One man to beat. Don Griffin. Bobby Joe Edmonds in a sprint to the goal line with a great cutback move. He'll take it the distance on the kickoff. 90 yards, and Seattle's on the board. The first play of the game. What a way to start.
The thing that makes this play work so quickly is watch how quickly Edmonds gets to the entire San Francisco kickoff team. In 5 yards, he's through them. He's past Ray Washington, and an excellent block here by Randall Morris. He gets Griffin down. And the thing about that kickoff return is that I don't believe a San Francisco 49er player touched it. We'll watch it from behind Bobby Joe Edmonds. Once he pops through that initial line, you can see what happens. See if anybody touches. Look at the excellent job. Everybody right there. Rusty Tillman, the special teams coach, makes everybody carry out those blocks. Nobody from San Francisco has touched him yet. Now Randall Morris, 43, keeps his feet, stays up, doesn't go to the ground, becomes the personal interferer for Bobby Joe Edmonds. Let's see if Don Griffin, nobody touched him in 91 yards. That's a nice start.
Good snap. Pressure's coming and blocked. Eugene Robinson. Touchdown, Seahawks. And Robinson picked it up and scored. Here's the block by Burse, Hank.
He gets in at the right angle, perfect angle, and Robinson picks it up and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Number 41. Boy, you talk about lightning again. We get another angle of it. Watch him come right up the middle, right up the middle. Perfect shot. Tony Burse blocks the kick, and that's where you don't want to let a team get penetration, because that's the quickest way to get to the kicker. He got through there, nobody blocked him. Sacrificed his body.
He is 9 for 12 on field goal attempts this year. Block, and they'll be running with it. Goodbye. He's out of here on the run with the ball. Is a Seattle Seahawk. He's going to take it the distance. Vernon Dean, the sprinter, the former Washington Redskin. Brian Bosworth was the man who blocked it. And Vernon Dean, as the Rams try to pack on more points, instead get it shoved right back at them. 13-14 to play, and the Seahawks have their first touchdown of the day.
And it comes as a result of a blocked field goal. They had that happen to them last.
Ironically, it's the special teams, a defensive unit that's on the field for Seattle when they get their first touchdown of the day.
Holohan the holder. There's just too much penetration. Bosworth way in there, and he makes the block.
Helton's the holder. Block. Live ball. Look at this. Nesby Glasgow
it the distance. You can't run back block punt afters in college football this year, but you can in the NFL. And Nesby Glasgow does it for 74 yards and a go-ahead touchdown.
He expects as physical and as tough a game as the Seahawks are going to be in for some time. He knows this Kansas City team is still up despite the 1-3 record. Into the ball is Nick Lowry as Kansas City kicks off. Jefferson runs the ball back and takes it across the 20. James Jefferson, an all-corner, all-pro from Canada, breaks into open field, and it looks like he's going to go the distance. One man in pursuit. He'll not make the play as Jefferson goes 97 yards with the opening kickoff, and Seattle takes a 6-0 lead.
An excellent run back by James Jefferson. You see him take the ball here inside of his own 5-yard line. He breaks one tackle right here, and he gets a chance to reset here, and this is what really makes the play. There's a nice move right there. Now watch number 57, Tony Woods, come into the play. Is there man 45 trying to catch him? And Tony Woods makes a great choice in not trying to make that block and allowing Jefferson to go. You see number 45, Stan Petrie, coming close to Jefferson, and Woods just holds off, and Jefferson just trots that baby into the end zone, and that's the way you want to start a football game.
Chris Warren waiting for the punt from Ron Stark. He's back at the Seattle 30-yard line. They're going all out. High, wobbler, returnable type. Warren, they set it up to the far side, giving up ground. Does he get a block? Yes. Warren with a picket fence down the sideline. He goes. Still inbounds inside the 20. He'll take it the distance. Touchdown, Seattle.
Joe, Ron Meyer told us yesterday that is my biggest nightmare right now is special teams. Here you'll see Warren, 42, come back against the grain. They had the perfect picket fence set up. He said, look, we are just awful on special teams because I got a bunch of guys off the street having to play, and you get those guys that don't have the training at training camp. It goes from bad to worse, and as well as the Seahawks executed on that play, you just got to think that Indianapolis is overmanned in that department.
They are now going to watch it over again. It's going to be reviewed of an instant replay to see if he actually did go out of bounds on the sideline.
Oh.
Very close. The toe stayed in bounds, and I don't think the heel came down. It is a touchdown. The play will stand. And that is the first career punt return for a TD. For the second year, running back Chris Warren out of Ferrum College. So
right after the catch, watch this.
This is what he caught that ball off the face mask. But this is what you teach a punt returners: take it straight up field, north and south.
That's the punter. There's nobody near him except Tracy.
I tell you, the punter got shielded from McClune by the official.
Look at this, high fives, and they're at the 10-yard line. Amazing. Watch them, all 75 yards of it on this return for a touchdown by Dave McClune.
Dave McClune gets a lot of help from the 10 guys blocking for him and gets a little extra help from the official right there that screens Montgomery and springs him for that final block. McClune's lucky that Stacey Hairston was on his team because Stacey Hairston ran him down from behind to high-five him into the end zone.
Very tough-minded guy.
Carney's kick will be fielded by John Vaughn. Vaughn twisting and turning, breaks into daylight. And Vaughn down the sideline. Carney can't get him. One man to beat. Nice cutback by Vaughn, and he will score. 94 yards, John Vaughn. Wow.
Vaughn's been threatening to do this all day, just sort of casually going along. You can see the Chargers relax a little bit. Carney's going to have a shot, kind of. Darian Gordon gets turned around on the play. Outstanding run by John Vaughn.
94 yards.
Vaughn with tremendous speed ran a 10-200 meters in the Junior Olympics in 1986. Once he got out there in the open field, he was gone.